Okay, lovers, let's have a conversation. Apparently last night, there was a live stream that was had, and a portion of it was at my expense. The live stream that I'm talking about was Savage Live. I know that to many of you, she's an absolute fave of yours. To me, apparently not so much. In all fairness, she's part of who I refer to as the dog pen. And last night should be plenty of reason as to why I put her in that category, along with her and a few of her pals over there. I find them loud, crude, and just rude. Having said that, a bridge too far has been traveled. Here's the thing, on a serious note. I don't know what to do going forward. I honestly don't know what to do and how to plan my next move going forward. First, let me say this. I have made a portion that refers to me available as long as it remains there on a channel. The link is below. You can go check it out. Warning, it's pretty severe. I did put it on one of my alternate channels, one that I could run the risk of having a strike put on, one that I was willing to take the risk for. So it may be there, it may not. Depending on if there's going to be a strike filed or not, I don't know. But I feel strongly that at least at this point, I need to put it out there. I need to talk about it. And for my followers, they need to have an idea of where I'm at and where I need to go going forward. And just to kind of help me navigate this, because it's pretty serious. Here's the thing. When I talk about YouTube foes, and I put people in the category of the dog pen and stuff like that, I'm usually doing so based on their behaviors or their actions or something they would have said or done, these types of things. If I'm going at someone in general, if I'm exchanging banter back and forth, again, it has to do with someone's behavior, their actions, their sass, their whatever it is. Whatever it is, you know how it goes. Welcome to YouTube. But this is something I can't really combat because this has to do with who I am as a person. This is who I am literally at my core. This is yet another raunchy, horrendous, absolute vile attack on who I am as a human being. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shocked, not even surprised. I consider the source on where it comes from. But this is my problem. This is part of my problem, people, going forward, is where does it stop? Where does it end? Who are my allies? Who are not my allies? You know what I'm saying? When can I decide that I'm enough in this community? When can I decide that I've paid enough dues as a community member to say enough is enough for me? Enough is enough for me. I expect the minimum respect, just the most minimum respect as a human being, as a content creator, that I deserve better than this, right? I deserve better than this. From even the people who don't care for me, the people who would just assume, wish that I would leave the building, right? Find the nearest exit ramp. Even those people would say, you know what? Mallory deserves at least better than that. But putting them aside, the people that are my fan base, are What did they expect? What do they stand for? What are their limitations, right? What are y'all's limitations? And it gets me to thinking. It gets me to thinking, maybe there really is no limitations. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I have no right whatsoever, and maybe it's very lofty thinking of me to think that anyone out there should have to live to any standard that I put forth, any bar that I raise, to think that this trash, that this kind of behavior is off limits and should be frowned upon and should be exiled, right? Maybe this is just me thinking, having such lofty ideas that people, to expect that people would look at these video clips, to log on to this channel that I put below, to clip on and to see what comes out of this woman's mouth, right? To see that receipt, the absolute receipt that I provided for you all. Now you're going to go watch that and cash in on that receipt. And then you're going to come back and you're going to go forth. But for me to think that that would change or sway or in any way, cause someone to say, you know what, that's it. That's what I need to see to make a difference. That's what I need to see to say, no more. No more. See what I'm saying? I think that my ideas are too lofty. I really do. This is really what my mind is the ideas that I have reached. Because here's what's happening in this video. There's a woman, Savage Live, who is going to viciously attack the essence of who I am as a person, my gender, right? She's going to wish to know the name that I was born with, because somehow she doesn't know that. She's going to wish she had known that so that she could address me by that name, right? And then from there, she's going to talk about my genitals in the most obscene way that she possibly can. She's going to work her way up, and she's going to talk about my lips, and how deformed my lips are. She's going to work her way into my mouth and talk about my teeth, or as she puts it, my dentures, right? And how unsatisfactory they are to her, right? She's going to make her way into my hair. How horrible my hair is, right? And my overall demeanor and every physical thing about me. Literally. My entire essence, my being, starting from my genitals, right up into my body, into my face, into my hair. So every character flaw, everything. This person is going to assault, right? Tear me apart. But you know what she's not going to do? She's not going to assassinate anything that I've said, any thoughts that I've shared, any opinions that I may have, right? That never seems to come up. She's not going to put me in a category of based on anything that she disagrees with me on politically, any group that I might associate myself with. You see what I'm saying? Because she's of a simple mind, very simple mind. But it doesn't change the fact that her behavior is absolutely off the charts offensive and vile and disgusting. And it makes no difference in this case that she happens to be talking to a very strong, confident, relatively intelligent trans woman. Put that aside. Put that aside. Because I assure you, there's plenty of other trans women out there that are not quite the trans woman that I am, right? So they're reading this entirely different ways when they're hearing it. That's the truth. Putting that aside, there's other women out there that have daughters, sisters, nieces, right? And then they have their trans sons, their trans nephews, their trans, and the list goes on, and they're listening to this person speak. And they're just so confused, right? Putting all that aside, you have so many people out there who just want to support this trash, support this person, because they like this person. High five. Just like the class clowns that were sharing a panel with her. High five. How many people in side chat were calling her out? You want to take a guess? I wasn't there. I'm guessing hardly no one to no one, right? But here's what happened in the end when she woke up the next day. Apparently, the coward did go ahead and pull down the stream. She did pull it down. Because she knew darn well that stream was going to be reported. That stream was going to cause her a strike. So Howard did pull it down. But aside from that, it still leaves me with a big conundrum. What do I do going forward? Is this a community that I want to continue? Do I really want to continue doing what I do? For what? What am I getting out of it? Half the time I'm in here doing what I do in an attempt to bring you all entertainment. I'm sitting here walking across the fire, taking hits left and right, being talked to like common filth, more often than not, by other content creators and their disciples, in order to bring entertainment to the few people that adore me, right? That's really what I do. But I have to ask myself, at what point do I continue to do this and make sense of it? At what point do I continue just to put myself in these situations and continue to bring myself to the ball, when the truth is, most of the content providers, let's just face it, most of the content providers could care less that I'm even here. I mean, if you haven't noticed, most of the content providers will barely say my name. So there's that. They're not exactly welcoming me aboard, right? They're not exactly, come on in, Mallory, welcome aboard, come to the party. You know, so there's that. But I'm still there, right? I'm still in there. I'm still dancing, right? I'm still trying to turn on the disco ball for y'all. Still trying to do my thing, make people laugh, make people smile, right? Just do what I do. do what I do that other people can't do. That's what I do, right? But then I have this. I have this. And I don't ask for much. But this is really the baseline. I mean, I can only go so deep. And I'm thinking, if a community is going to accept this, if this is what you all are willing to accept, and you're going to honestly accept this because it's savage, that's your excuse? Well, that's savage. We got to accept her. It's savage. We love savage. If we don't, she'll be mean to us. Well, you know what? If that's your answer, have her. Take her. You know what? Have her. Have her, honey.